Tri-State Triumphs, sponsored by Good Samaritan Home of Quincy.
It started when I was really young. Every little kid loves airplanes, and I just kind of never grew out of it. So, when I was in high school, I was looking for colleges that had an aviation program, and there's not a lot of schools that have that. But the University of Dubuque had a fitting program and a great track program. And so I started training at the University of Dubuque. They have a flight program. I was flying 3 to 4 days a week, and I just fell in love with it. I got hooked on it. I stayed in summertime. And so I graduated the program in 2.5 years. And then I started flight instructing. They hired me part-time while I was still able to train and compete for the university. And one thing led to another, and here I am at the airlines. So
I can say this to you as a father of a former aviation student. I know that's not cheap.
Yeah, I made a 50-year commitment with the amount of student debt I have, but there's nothing quite like, my favorite thing is, when you take the runway, especially in a jet, when you take a runway and you're staring down the runway and you have just an absurd amount of horsepower behind you, and you stick the throttles forward and you feel that pull you back in the seat, there's just nothing like it. There's nothing like blasting out of the sky in a tin can going 500 miles per hour. It's really just the best feeling in the world. I giggle every time I do it. So, I still have a very long career ahead of me. I hope that stays with me, but that's the best part, just the feeling that you can't really do anything else, on the ground. You can cut your way through clouds. You can really do, there's an unlimited amount of freedom, it feels like, when you're flying the jet.
It's hard right now, and I know especially in the travel industry know that better than anybody. But what would you tell a younger you, or what would you tell somebody who comes to you and says, "Hey, I see you're a pilot. I always want to do this. I know it's really hard." What word of encouragement would you pass on, Blaze?
And with flying and sports go hand in hand, and that's what I think I connected with the both of them really well. If you want something, find out how to do it, especially athletically. Listen to your coaches, buy in, work the hardest. Kobe Bryant, he would go in and shoot like 200 shots before, a game. You can't change talent short term. You can change effort short term. And that carried over in the classroom. I hated sitting in a classroom learning. I think most people might agree with me, but if you want to get to the end game, you have to put in the work. And so that's what I did. I sat in the classroom. I studied 5 hours every night to get to where I needed to be. And it sucked. Sometimes you have to stand up and you have to do the tough thing if you want to get to the end game. And that was the same thing with athletics. So just buy in and work your butt off, and you'll see some awesome results, I think.